Welcome to Business Session 2 of Cargo NXT 2026, South India Edition, India in Motion, Transforming Trade Through Unified Logistics. Session 1 Fixed Silos. Session 2 connects everything, ports, planes, trains, trucks. Data flows faster than cargo. Here's how India trades smarter. Big issue, transport like cousins at a wedding, family but not talking.
This panel, the leaders here who just do not just move cargo, but they also move economies. They protect consumer interests, they trust. They also enable very small businesses to also, which are also shaping the future for the logistics story of India. What is multimodal logistics? Multimodal logistics, again, we are talking about airport, rail, seaways, everyone. These are all like distant cousins, meeting at a wedding and not talking to each other. So we will try to, bridge that gap, and we'll try to create that sync between all of them. Now, today, in the session 1, I will also try to have, we'll try to fix the broken telephone. What do you mean by broken telephone? A broken telephone is a problem of logistics where we'll try to connect all the boats of, as I said, road, rail, surface and air, and waterways, which works brilliantly, but individually. Also, we'll try to put them together sometimes, in the facts like that, also referring that, when we say that, together, but working brilliantly, but a group project which is not working efficient, right? So today, we will also try to, understand what it takes to build a unified logistics systems, unified logistics ecosystem. One where the data moves faster than the truck, and try to compile predictability, qualitativeness, and protect it completely end to end.
Customers want, where's my stuff right now?
And why we need this? We are doing the business right. Once there is a transporter, he will pick it up, he will drop to a port. We know it will take 30 days in a ship. After that, it reaches to the land. And we know that it's a 60-day cycle, it reaches. But why we need this connectivity and why we need to see this? Because there is a need in terms of the customers who are looking for this particular segment of data, and as well as even we are looking on real time where my shipment is, where my container is, where my cargo is. It's not about only the traditional way of doing it. We transport it and we know it. After some time it will reach, but now it's the need of the hour. And how do we do this in terms of technology? We really have a multimodal segment. We have our in-house and the tools which has also been there. We have the GPS-based devices which has also been placed. We have 2 types of real-time visibility segments which is being placed. We have connected rail as well, which is very niche in right now. Nobody's talking about rail in terms of a real-time visibility. We have done it recently. And connecting this all together and putting it into a dashboard, and everybody is able to visualize, and that's the need of this particular entire segment of the business itself. And down the line, 10 years, I always feel this will all go away. What we will have is always in satellite-based systems by which we will be able to track everything. And that's how we have also stepped in by putting satellite-based GPS trackers into our vehicles and the driverless trucks which we are also operating in some countries.
FMCG fix. Switch modes smart, no panics.
Supply chain never breaks because of inefficient planning, but rather it breaks somewhere when the reality creeps in. And when I say this, most of the FMCG supply chain, smart supply chain I would say, they integrate all these 4 modes or rather all the modes of transport like rail or road or let's say ocean or air via one orchestrated layer. And this orchestrated layer, right, this keeps on evaluating your all the risks which are building up in your value chain. For example, the risk of time or cost or service. So as and when we see the risk, this orchestrated layer keeps on dynamically adopt the best mode of or the combination of these modes. So in chocolate making, if I say, because I come from Mondelēz India, which is the favorite dairy milk which all of you must be consuming. So in chocolate making, most of our raw materials are imported. And most of the time we have seen that ocean and sea is our default network, while road is generally used for first mile and last mile agility, while it is much more predictable, and that is how you run the large scale business. But because of the recent changes in overall connectivity, and especially around the kind of logistics control tower that we are building, or number of other IoTs that we are building up in our systems, what we have seen is we are able to better predict the risks which are coming in our value chain, and these risks can help us understand whether my port is getting congested in few down the line in couple of days, or my vessel is getting delayed, or when is my overall shipment is going to get maybe delayed because of some quality issue or some document issue at the port.
Food exports, speed loses to bad quality.
If we really want to create logistics, Indian logistics as a global kind of a player, you cannot ignore the quality. Okay? And having said that, why I am pushing the food part, any guesses what was the numbers for export we did in 2025 for food items? It is around $52 billion, which is around 12% of 100% export. This is a top 10 kind of area where anyone who is really looking to become a kind of a global player of logistics, you have to think about food right now. That is the first part. Coming to the Indian context, Indian food processing industry is around $350 billion by 2030 is going to be $700 billion, which will be around 14% of manufacturing sector, which is 9% of total GDP. Sorry to say, but these are some numbers. That's the reason I'm giving you kind of a context why food and quality is going to be very important. Coming to the unified part, I'll give you an example. I'll take a real life example. We are manufacturing sugars in Karnataka. We have many mills. When export opens, we have a dedicated export facility in Kandla, which is 100% export. I'm talking about the Indian, when government of India allows us to export the sugar. Then sugar is manufactured. First handling is done at the plant while stacking. Second handling done in the truck. Then it goes to the port, again unloading, then again loading to those slings. Maybe I'm talking about the break bulk, not the container quality, because most of the time, more than 50-60%, it is being handled by break bulk. Sugar is considered as a commodity, unfortunately, but it is a food ingredient. Okay, so there are many opportunities if you are not controlling it, if you're not unifying it. 100% possibilities are there so that your food can be compromised by knowingly, by your practices.
Quite win, Post powers tiny businesses.
Any e-commerce customer want to book any parcel for selling cross-border, he has to come to Bangalore foreign post office, just because at foreign post office, customs authorities are co-located. They have to clear the article. Custom clearance has to be happened. Now, considering the difficulties the e-commerce small exporter facing, the government of India has established Dak Niryata Kendra. All over India, there are more than 1,000 Dak Niryata Kendra, and in Karnataka, there are more than 73 Dak Niryata Kendras. So unfortunately, many people do not aware about the facility provided by the government of India. Through Dak Niryata Kendra, any e-commerce exporter, small exporters can go there, can register in it. Only document required is IEC code and GST. If these two documents are available with any e-commerce exporter, they can simply register it, and self-booking is available. So not only self-booking, they can generate the addressee label, declaration note required by the customs authority, and also invoice. So e-commerce customer sitting anywhere in Karnataka, he can book the article, and he can go to the nearest post office where the article data will be inducted into our network. Then article will come to my office, foreign post office, where the article will be cleared. Meanwhile, the data fed by the customer will already reach the customs authority. Looking at the soft copy, soft data, the customs authority clear the data. So that way, we have that way e-commerce customer can book the article sitting in his premises, and they will be transported to foreign post office. The foreign post office, we will dispatch the parcel or any consignment to destination country. After clearance by customs authority, all these things happen online. So we will not charge any transportation charge from the point of booking to foreign post office. Only tariff will be collected. Even registering in Dak Niryat Kendra, no charges are collected. When the article is kept for hold for some time, no deposit charges are collected. Custom clearance charge, no charges will be collected by the customers. All will be free. And we have 4 major category which suits the e-commerce exporter: register category, parcel category, speed category, and ITPS category.
Now ground fixes plus airports as trade hubs.
The data integration is very much important so that we have that visibility in place. Second thing is I'll talk about real-time tracking. So trust is based on real-time tracking and visibility. So it's important to have that visibility given to the stakeholders so that they can plan themselves. Now this can be achieved only when you have this data integration between road or air and vice versa. It can be rail also. So that is what I am talking about. You need to get everyone into one platform. If not, have the integration between each one of them so that we have the seamless data flow between, so the visibility is already there. Second thing is I would like to talk upon the infrastructure. It's important to have this integrated multimodal cargo hubs. I think these cargo hubs needs to be built keeping cargo in focus. And this will be directly linked to your air cargo terminals and expressways by reducing transit time.
Traditionally, when it comes to airports, it is always seen from a passenger's lens. So the airports were always passenger-centric, and logistics and the air cargo infrastructure was, never given the required importance. And COVID was a blessing in disguise for the logistics community when the entire world realized that, the supply chains and the supply of essential, be it food commodities or your medicines or vaccines, everything dependent on resilient supply chain system. And the airport infrastructure, especially because all these things were required in a time-critical fashion, the airports, the airlines and the freight forwarding community, they all played a significant role. So thereafter, right from the governments to the airport operators to the air cargo terminals, everybody now started giving importance to the air cargo and the logistics industry.
Summary: Data GPS guides multimodal highways to export wins.
What we have learned today is unified logistics is no longer a buzzword, right? It is a business imperative. And that building resilience is just as important as building a speed and, that points our entire, the multimodal ecosystem. If India wants to grow or wants to become as a global export hub, what we just don't need is the infrastructure. Infrastructure is not the only thing. What we need is digital integration. So unified integrations among all the modes is which is going to take us to the next way forward, right? So thank you so much, everyone.
While I would also want to congratulate Jatin as well as also Yogita for a wonderful South India conference of the edition that they have created this time in Bangalore. A fabulous job done, a wonderful sets of speakers were all part of the conference, and we look forward for a wonderful session for the next year as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you will not be enough if I just say it for this event. It was really pleasure to be part of this entire event and amazing arrangements which is being done. And being into this industry from almost 2 decades, it's really my pleasure to be part of this event.